Yeah. Ghost, we make him fly like a ghost. If he want talk on the game, the heater gon' turn into toast. If he pull out and we split him, he was just doing a distance. Promise we ain't gon' miss him. His soul gon' fly when we lift him. Bye, good riddance. Why is this harm her feelings? To the top on a mission. I got a shot, take it with precision. You ain't up if you ain't down to get it. Fuck your vibe if you ain't vibing with us. No, no, no. Bye, bye, bye. Clock him out. He ain't gon' talk when the Glock is off. You ain't gon' talk when the Glock is off. Headshot, knock him out. Get him, bye, good riddance. Sorry I had to do this. Sorry I'm being a nuisance. I just gotta get it. I'm Mary Jeans on my Louis V for the belt. 2 G's for the belt. Know the heater gon' make 'em out. Promise the heater gon' make 'em out. OD niggas know me. I just move along with the hand I throw.
Hey everybody, JJ, I could hear you the whole time the song was on. I don't know if everybody in the chat, I could hear you. I don't know why.
Hear me say, what was I
could
saying?
hear you in the background. I don't know what you were saying, but I could just hear you speaking. Which is weird. Why could I hear you?
I was talking to Sebastian because he came over and it was almost like a tipped cow. He kind of just was standing there on the bed and fell over. Right next to me. I know, right next to me. He's so cute. He's so stinking cute.
Sorry I'm late, guys. Yeah, I already know I'm on Puerto Rican time. Sorry about that. Let's say hello. Hey, Charlie Rancher, how are you, my shorty pie? I will be listening, making dinner. That is awesome. Hey, BB from VA, shorty. JJ. Hey, Vera, shorty pie. Hey, Corn's mom, how are you? Missed your mama, my sweetie. All right, let's see who else. My Miranda. Hey, sweetie pie. Hey, Grace Case, my sweetie. Cha-cha-cha-cha. All right, who else is here? Who else is here? Mama T. Mama T. How are you, sweetie pie? All right, sorry. Sorry, I get a little excited. Sorry.
Are you drinking coffee, girl? Are you drinking coffee?
Oh my God, I am. Yes, I am actually. You could tell, right? Hey, Mustang Sally. Hi, sweetie. Hey, Tina, my sis. How are you, sweetie? Nice to see you. I almost said hi to myself. Oh my God. Hey, Melanie B. How are you, sweetie pie? Hey, Celia Wald, sweetie, my New York sister. Adele, my beauty. Happy New Year, my beautiful Adele. Okay, sorry, guys. I swear I'm not on drugs.
I don't see her. How come I don't see Adele? Oh, wait. There she is. Okay. Hey, Adele.
It's because everybody else is green. Like, it's like my poor hair. That's what it is. She is in a sea of green. Hey, BB loves honey tea. How are you, sweetie? Stephen Crisco, how are you, sweetie pie? All right, sorry. Hey, Mikey, my sweetie. Hola, mi amor. Mi amor. Okay, sorry. Hey, Bliss Chris, my sweetie pie. Hey, so hi everybody. How ya doing? How's everybody? Listen, a girl ain't got no makeup. Well, not really. Well, no, not really. I don't have any eyeshadow on, which is weird for me, and my hair is in a ponytail.
You look good.
Thank you. Is that kind of day? I put a little bit of shimmer, like a one and done, from this palette. This is Storybook Cosmetics.
Oh my God, I love them.
Yeah, I had like all 3 palettes. There was like a little green one and a little red one. I had the whole collection. No longer have it, so I have this one. And sadly, one of the shades broke. It broke, guys. I'm so devastated. It was a beautiful like maroon shade, and it broke. And I was like trying to keep it in here, and I had a paper over it, but then it was not happening. As you can see, it's all over. I still have the protective thing, thank God, because it went all over. But I use this palette. I use this color, just that like champagne-y color, just on the lid. And
that's pretty. That's pretty.
It's pretty. I was so devastated that one shade broke. I love it because it's like a book. So I love this palette. And yeah, so I was talking about it in the pre-recorded video I did, showing most of my palettes. I on the sofa, I didn't realize there was a few palettes I had left on the sofa that I forgot to show. The one that's shaped like a ice cream, the Take Me to Brazil that JJ had gifted me. There was a few there. I'm upset I can't find my Lunar Beauty. I could have sworn I brought it here. I can't find it. So I did a pre-recorded video. Hey Kira. Hey Audie. Hi sweetie. How are you, beautiful girl? Hey Kira. Um, so I did a pre-recorded video yesterday, I think, if I'm not mistaken. And I just listen, I know it was crazy quality. I was standing up, I was using the island in the kitchen for my laptop. Um, because I had so many palettes that there's no way to like put it here. And on the island, there was just a lot of space to put all the palettes all around me. So
It
it was just
worked.
easier. It worked,
It
but I kept
worked.
running out of frame and the lighting was crazy. So I apologize. I will find a better way. I do want to do a complete skincare of my favorite skincare. I haven't ever done that. Sorry, just looking at my beautiful son. Sorry about that. Three of my sons are home. Three of my sons are home, so you already know. Um, but yeah, I want to do skincare, like my favorite cleanser, my favorite primer. You already know it's like the Touch and Soul. But I do have the another one. I'm not sure if it's the El Maquillage. They have like the Holy Grail. I love that primer. So I will be doing a pre-recorded video of my favorite skincare and all of that. I do have a lot of bronzers and blushes and all of that. I want to do those, but those will be pre-recorded because it's just easier for me to talk and show it without the chat. You already know I'm not that talented. So thank you. Thank you, Kara. I appreciate that. Oh no, but listen, and that's the thing, right? I used to be a makeup snob. Sorry, I got a big ass forehead, so I'm trying to put my little baby hairs, but it's not helping my big ass. Listen, embrace your foreheads. If you have, it is a forehead. It's not a five head. It's just a big ass forehead. Anyway, okay. Hey Pam, how are you, Shorty? A noisy home is a happy home. I agree. I do not want to be. I'm not looking forward to being an empty nester. I love having my sons around. They bring me happiness. So hearing them, except when I was making a video yesterday, my son is screeching at the game. He was like pissing me off. You know what it is? Because my son is screaming in the background, and I keep losing my train of thought. So that it like pissed me
Yes,
off. So I kept apologizing
that
because
can happen.
yeah, I lose my train of thought. But I love my sons. Anyway, oh shit, what was I saying? Oh, um, okay, I can definitely do swatches. Listen, I'm not amazing at swatches, but I can definitely do that. Um, oh, thank you. So, I used to be a makeup snob. I used to be a makeup snob. He's playing the video game, Grace Case. That's what he's doing. He's playing a video game. So he's raging. I used to be a makeup snob. I had so many of the Anastasia Beverly Hills, the Sultry. I had almost all of those. The
Oh,
palettes that she
sultry.
made
That's
like that,
beautiful. I love that
beautiful.
palette.
Yes, I had so many Too Faced, Tarte. I had Lunar Beauty. I had a Pat McGrath. I had all high end makeup. And you guys already know. Hi, Teresa, my sweetie pie. Well, most of you guys, I gotta stop assuming, know why I don't have a lot of those palettes, a lot of that makeup anymore. I'm not gonna go back into that. Sorry to any new
Yeah.
subscribers who may not know. You can go back and see some lives and understand. I just don't want to drag. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I don't want
Yeah. No, there's no reason to. There's no
to
reason to go
disrespect.
into it again.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Um, so I no longer have those, and it was hard trying to replace palettes, especially $80 palettes, $60 palettes. I felt like I had glam light. I had the one that was looked like what a artist used. It looked like one of those, I don't know what it's
Yeah, like
called.
a palette,
Easel?
like a little, like
Easel?
I mean, I think it's called a palette, isn't it?
Is
Where
it?
they
Well,
put
it
the
looked like,
paint.
the one where you put your finger through and you put the
Yes.
paint there.
Yes.
And I
Yes.
loved that palette. It was a rainbow palette. I adored that one. There were many, many palettes that I had that I loved that I no longer have. And I kept playing catch up. I kept trying to repurchase palettes to no avail, and so I stopped and I started getting more sorry affordable makeup because it was just too expensive replacing stuff and trying to replace stuff. So I stopped that, and that's when I was introduced to less expensive brands that are great as well. So that's
Oh
why when
yeah.
you saw most of my collection, it's not a lot of high end, and there is a reason for that. I was all high end. Because that's what I believed. Only high end is good quality, which now I know is debunked. That's not true. So that's why, and I just wanted to explain that because I did have a crazy collection, so many palettes that I could never use, but I love collecting eyeshadows. JJ understands. JJ is a makeup collector. JJ's collection is something I've never seen, never in my life, and it's beautiful. I love her collection. And she's able to do
Thank
that.
you.
But I'm not able to do that. And this is not me sad fishing. I'm just being honest. Like, I'm not able to
No,
do that.
you are. And I ordered the palette, the You Can Be palette.
You did?
Yes,
The
I ordered
exotic
it.
flavors?
Exotic flavors. And
JJ,
there's
you
a
like it so
sister
much.
palette. There's a sister palette
What?
to it called Nude Lashes. So I got that one too because it had a lot of
Nice.
cool tones in it.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, You Can Be, honey, you need to come up with a new, like, I know it's a Chinese brand, so
Right.
maybe it means something like the names, like Exotic Flavors is not a weird name, but they have a lot of palettes with really like names that don't make sense in English. So I
Oh,
think it
wow. Thank you,
could
Chris.
be, but their quality is fantastic. So I
I
like it.
agree. I love You Can Be, guys. I'm telling you, that palette that BB Loves Honey Tea got me. I love it. I use it quite often. I want to use it all the time because it has so many colors that you can make almost any eye look, and they're so blendable, so easy to work with. It's like if I want a quick eye, I'll reach for it because I know I'm not going to have to struggle with it. There are certain palettes you have to struggle. That one is, and I'm telling you, it's so inexpensive, and it's amazing. Every You Can Be palette I've ever tried. Oh, the video I totally forgot yesterday too. I was like, oh, I'll tell you which palette I used. I used the You Can Be the Twilight to Dusk. I used that palette on my eyes because I was like in my video, I was like, oh, I'll tell you when I get to it, and I totally spaced and forgot. So what I had on my eyes yesterday, I'm gonna upload a picture to my community tab of what the makeup looked like. In not in that weird lighting, and so I used the You Can Be palette, and it was beautiful. And thank you, Kira. She says, sorry, excuse me. She says, you guys are so humble. I found myself watching a grown woman screaming and carrying on because her new $1,500 Tom Ford shoes that were a gift came in the wrong color. That's insane that they were gifted to her $1,500 Tom Ford shoes and they came in the wrong color. And this is not me tooting my own horn, but as I was going through the palettes, I can remember who gave me each palette, because it means that much to me. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not an entitled person. JJ, what the hell? She'll be back. It says devices not connected. So she'll be back. I'm not an entitled person. And so when I get gifted something, it means a lot. It means a lot. So I remember like who gave me what because it meant a lot to me. And it does mean a lot to me because nobody has to gift me shit. Nothing. Sorry, I got it. Sorry. So, JJ, what the hell, girl? What the hell? I like sweet
Hey,
tea.
we have a
I never thought
storm.
chronic space. Hey, mama, we miss you too,
Nick,
my
it's been a
cutie pie.
while. Yeah, I
Yes, so
haven't
nice
seen
to
her. What's
see
going on,
you.
girl? What's
How
going
you
on?
doing? How you doing? So wait,
Yeah, I
I'm
get
interested
yeeted.
in your opinion. Rich Luck, Michaela, Jacqueline Hill drama. I don't even know what the drama is with them. Let me tell you, I started in the beauty community. Like, that's where I started watching YouTube.
Me
I know
too.
who
Me too.
Michaela is. I know who Rich Lux is. I know who Jacqueline
Yep.
Hill is, but I
Yep.
don't know about their latest drama. So I would have to go look, Kira, and then I can tell you about it. I could give my opinion on Friday. Because now I'm intrigued. Now I want to go find out what's going on.
Yeah,
So I
Rich
can
Lux
definitely give
dropped
you
a
my opinion.
video.
Did
Rich
he?
Lux dropped it. Yeah, he did. He did.
Oh
So
wow.
we got to watch it and then we can
Yeah, I'm
commentate
gonna
on it
watch
because
it. We'll
otherwise,
watch it, and we'll come Friday and give our opinion. Because yeah, what the hell? Okay, so let's see what everybody has to say. Sorry, tamales. I know my son's ordered some food. I heard my son telling my other son, "What are we getting for dinner?" I'm like, "Get something, bitch, hungry."
but
So it's
what were
very
you
nice.
talking about? What were you talking about recording people?
Okay, I'm gonna talk about that. Yeah. Okay. So listen, guys, I'm going to be vague right now, and forgive me for being vague, but I'm going to be vague and I'm going to keep it very general. And I'm not being vague because the people involved are people that me and JJ have personal interactions with. That is not a thing. So I want to put that out there because this song is not about y'all. Like I know y'all usually think it is, but I'm telling you 100%, this song is not about y'all. So
Yeah.
this has nothing to do with anybody that may not like us, that we've had issues with. This has nothing to do with them. The reason I'm going to be vague is because this situation is very serious, and more information is coming out. So I want to be very careful, about the way
Yeah.
that I deliver it, because again, a lot more information is coming out, and sorry, excuse me, until all the information comes out, things may change. So I don't want to say something and then it changes and then I'm dragged because or whatever. So, and I don't want to involve myself in that level. I just want to talk generally about recording people and what that can do to people. So wait, I saw Dustin Daly video on Jacqueline Hill's comment to him on Twitter. Oh, okay, so it's all them fighting with each other. Holy schmacks.
Oh, yeah, Dustin in there.
Wait,
Wow.
look at him recently. It's addiction, drama, makeup, and people of color in one bundle. Wow. Okay,
Hmm.
I'm gonna definitely look into that. Um, wait, I'm eating some really good hamburger. Vera gonna get
The
your ass. Vera gonna get
hamburger
you. Don't
helper.
say that too loud. Vera will get you. I like Chinese food too. I had steak teriyaki last night. That's my favorite. I'm telling you, even if I go in or if I go in, the guy knows me. Even when I call and I'm like, yeah, steak teriyaki. He's like, oh, I know who you are. I know exactly how you like it. So he already knows me. And when I go to pick it up, he's like, oh, see you tomorrow. I'm like, maybe not tomorrow, maybe in 2 days. But
Hold
yeah.
up, hold up. I gotta say something. Okay, so Pam says not being rude by saying hello to everyone. I'm just suffering the loss of a family member. Just gonna sit here and listen. Listen, Pam Pam suffered a loss of a family member that was young. She put it on
What?
Twitter, so I hope that it's okay to say here. If not, Pam, you could beat me up. But I saw it on Twitter. She suffered the loss of a 13-year-old family member
Oh my God.
at the hands of a drunk driver.
What?
So yeah, yeah. So my heart breaks for her. It's awful. Any extra prayers,
Ooh,
positive
that just,
vibes, anything that you could give towards Pam, that's devastating. No one should have to go through that. No one has the right to get behind the wheel impaired. You just don't.
and
I
this is
mean,
why, see, when we spoke about Michelle, why,
yes.
listen, I'm not going to, okay. Pam, I am sincerely so sorry for your loss.
Yes.
I'm at a loss for words right now. I did not know. I haven't spoken to JJ. I'm not on Twitter. I am sincerely sorry for your loss. That was a child.
Yes.
And this is why I
Yep.
say, this is why I take it so seriously. Listen, I know people make mistakes, you know what I mean? But when you're actively and willingly driving drunk, it's not okay.
No.
I'm so sorry.
No,
So
it's
sorry,
not.
Pam, for your
If
whole family.
you know you're going to drink, like I understand that, alcohol will um like it'll lower, what is it, inhibitions,
Your
or what's
inhibitions.
the
Yeah, your
word? Yeah,
inhibitions.
like it lowers that. And so, but if you know that you're going out and you're going to be drinking, or even home and you're about to open that first beer or pour that first drink, you know, you have to be mindful that no, your keys are out of hand, because otherwise you're under the influence, you're impaired, you brought your car there, you think you can drive home, and that's not okay. Like, it's 2023. Why is drunk driving or impaired driving a thing still? How come that's happening? It's
My
crazy
mic
to me.
wasn't even on, guys. I'm so sorry. So my sound was probably shit this whole time. Yeah, I'm sorry, JJ. I agree. I agree. I think that listen, they need to be under the jail for drinking and driving, man. That's how I
Right.
feel.
That's what I said. I said the same thing. I pray that
Yeah,
her family gets justice. And I know it will never bring that child back, which is probably like
it won't.
immeasurable heartbreak. It
Yeah, I
won't.
can't even imagine.
However, it will take a scumbag. And I'm sorry, could have been a good person otherwise and made a
Yeah,
mistake
but
by
no.
drinking and driving, but you took someone's life.
Life.
There
Hi,
needs to
Julie.
be
Hi,
a
Chula.
penalty for that, because you knew
I agree.
when you started drinking that your keys, or wherever you are, you should arrange for transportation before even opening that
And if
first
you
beer
can't
or pouring
afford
that
that,
drink.
then you should drink at home. Drink
Right.
at home. If you can't afford to get an Uber or a Lyft or whatever, then take your ass and drink in your house. Don't go out to the bar. Don't go out to a party. It's about personal responsibility. I don't want to hear that.
Right.
Oh, I couldn't afford a Lyft. Then drink in your freaking. Then drink in your house. Then drink in your house.
Right, right.
Shit.
And that's why
I
it
don't know
breaks
what
my
it's.
heart, Like, I saw that with Pam, and I'm like, oh my God, like, we were just talking
We
about
were
the
just
drinking and
talking about this.
driving. We're
We were
just
just talking
talking
about
about
this.
it. So it's crazy to me. And just Pam, you're in my thoughts. You really are.
You really are mine's too.
I
You
knew
really
I
are.
would probably might say something, if you said something, but I didn't want to just bring it out, even though it's on Twitter. I
I didn't
still
even
didn't want to
know.
mention it
Oh my
here
God.
until, yeah. So we love you, Pam. You're a part
Yes,
of our little family over here, and I'm
she
so
is. She
sorry that
definitely
happened.
is. I am sincerely sorry too. And hi, Caddy, my chula. How are you, my sweetie pie?
Patty.
Yes. So thank you for the hearts in the chat for Pamela Barr.
Yes, thank
She
you.
is one of us. She's a member of our family here in our community, and I am sincerely so sorry. And it's true, and this is why when we spoke about Michelle, that was an example of it happening in real time on YouTube. Her using her influence to influence people into doing something that is not just morally wrong; it's criminally wrong.
Yeah.
She's morally bankrupt, in my opinion, and it's gross to, like sometimes we'll come and say things that other people may think is wrong. Our opinion, people may think it's wrong, our opinions, but that is not debatable. Drinking and driving and living is not okay. It's not okay. And there's nothing
No.
anybody can say to convince me otherwise. It is life ruining. It's life ruining and fatal.
Yeah. And
That's good,
Kira, right.
Mikey.
KCG says not
That's
just
Kira.
drunk, marijuana, drugs, and exhausted
Exhausted
driving, especially
driving.
texting while live streaming
Yes.
when you're the driver. And she
Yes.
was doing that, and she was reading
She was reading the
the chat
chat.
like as if I'm reading it while she's driving. Like,
Yes.
you saw like seconds
Yes.
go by, quite a
Yes.
few of them,
Yes.
that she wasn't even paying attention to
Yep.
the road.
She would
That
turn
is some
this way, reading
scary
her
shit.
chat, and she would stay like this for multiple seconds. I showed it. I was like, look how long she's reading her chat. Like 1 second, you turn away. Have you seen where a kid will call their parents' name and they turn for 1 second and an accident happens? Like, it takes 1 second. This chick was turned for multiple seconds and she did it multiple times. She's drinking, guzzling like this.
Oh, and
She's
she
looking at her
admitted it.
chat. Yeah.
She
Yeah, she
admitted
admitted it.
to drunk driving. She did. She admitted to it and was kind of bragging like she knows
She was
the
laughing.
police. Yeah,
Yep.
she knows the police and
Oh,
the
yeah, she was
police
saying,
chief.
that she's friends with him, and that
Yeah, and
when
he's gonna
people
do
were DMing
nothing.
him or tagging him, that I was on the phone with him while they were tagging him on Twitter, and he's a friend of mine. Yeah, well, then he's gonna get in trouble too. Then he should
Right.
get in trouble too. How about that?
Exactly. Yep. I agree.
So
Wholeheartedly
sorry,
agree.
guys, because that upsets me, and somebody having lost
Cool family member that just,
And
hey,
a
hi Jenny
child.
Lee. How are you,
To
mama?
lose a
Yeah, a
child to that,
child,
it's
a child.
horrible, horrible, horrible. There's
Oh,
not
good.
there.
She got a strike tonight for doxing someone. About time.
Good.
About
Damn,
time.
man. Someone
Okay?
needs to do
About
something
time.
because she's a train. She's not even a train wreck that I even want to watch. You know, like there are some train wrecks that you'll watch. You don't
Yeah, I
really,
don't want
you're
to
not
watch her.
crazy about the people, but
Yeah.
her,
No.
she's not even somebody that I want to watch because
No.
she doesn't care. Like there's no, I don't know what she cares about because it seems like nothing. Her
Nothing.
house is
Nothing.
disgusting. She doesn't
It's
clean.
funny.
She
Yeah.
drinks and drives. You know,
Yeah.
she falls asleep. She
She's a
cooks
little
while
mean
like,
to one of her dogs, her dog Jake. I see that the other
yep,
dog she's really nice to, but she was like giving all this love, Lola or Lula, whatever the female dog's name is. She's like giving her all this love. And I saw when Jake came, she like go away and like nudged him with her foot. She didn't kick him hard,
oh,
but she nudged him away with her foot. And then she was like, "Oh yeah, Michelle kicked her dog. It's not about that. Michelle, it's about the
oh.
way you're treating him. All he wanted was the same attention that you were giving to the other dog, and you couldn't be bothered. Like, I just don't like her. Sorry.
Oh,
I just need to
Bendito, that
not
makes
watch
me
her.
so sad. That's awful.
Yeah. Yes. She
Yeah,
is racist. Oh, yes. Oh my God. Somebody showed me the racist,
yep.
um, what was it, DMs or something that she sent to somebody?
Yep.
She
Yep.
threatened somebody in DMs. She in text messages. She went on a racist rant. She's a racist. What she said
Oh, yeah.
about Nipsey Hussle and about rappers. She's in those text messages. She was calling somebody an N lover. And what, you
She
can't
doesn't
get a good
care.
looking white man? She's disgusting. She's disgusting. She's just
Says
disgusting.
the
Sorry.
N word with the hard R, and we
That's
have
what
the
she said.
screenshots of it. She doesn't
Yep.
care. And
She doesn't
people,
care.
and we talked about this last time. Maybe it was in members only. I can't remember, but we did talk about like making very
Oh,
stupid
wow.
people famous. And this one doesn't deserve any views. I wish
She
people would
doesn't. You have
stop
to freeze,
watching
you have to
her.
freeze these people out, JJ. You have to freeze these people out. That's what the more attention you give them, they don't care if you're hate watching. They don't care if you troll them. Not giving them a
Nope.
view is what kills them, because that's what they want. They want the attention. They want you to keep talking about them. They want you to make these whole channels about them. That's what makes them thrive. The only way is to ice these people out. And I know it's hard. You know what I mean? But it's
Oh,
hard.
yeah, yeah.
It's hard.
Well, for me with her, it's not hard because
I don't watch her. No way.
I'm like in total disgust over the things that she says
Whoa.
and does, and it's not enjoyable. I can't stand the repeating. She repeats everything over and over and
Yes,
over
it's
again.
annoying. It's annoying. And Jenny Lee said that that was her husband's dog. Makes a lot of sense. And I did notice, because Molly Golightly does have a son named Jake, and I wondered that, Kira, if she changed the dog's name to Jake because Molly's son's name is Jake. And I think that that's pretty crazy, because I have a son named
I think
Jake
she
too.
did.
I have a son named Jake too.
I
I'm doxing my son, not really. F around and find out. F around and find out with my kid again. That's all I'm saying.
Right.
Because I'm not playing. F around with my kids and find out. And then y'all could say selfies, whatever. Don't mess with my kids, please. Okay? So anyway, sorry. I just wanted to say that, because F around and find out. That's all I'm going to say on that. So yeah, that's crazy, guys. So wait, because Michelle realized, listen, Americans, this is a melting pot, right? Not even America, all around the world, all ethnicities, all ethnicities. I can't even talk. All ethnicities. Y'all understand, an illiterate chick like me, all right? No, all ethnicities live all over the world, and that's what makes the world great. You know what I mean? So her channel got struck for doxing the admin of a Facebook group because they allowed someone to post her drinking and driving videos. This is what's happening too, right? People are doing things that people don't agree with. We have videos made on us, right? And you can't control that. You can't control that. You really can't. But you know, there's a difference. Like you're drinking and driving, that needs to have awareness brought to it, because she needs to be held accountable for that, because she's doing it on a public platform, and YouTube needs to do something about it, because it's not just her
Yes.
even foul language or any of that. That is harmful to any and everybody who watches it. Okay, whether we believe it or not, there are people that want to please content creators, big and small. I'm telling you, it happens. There are people that make these connections with creators, some that are, you know, manufactured in fantasy. We know that people, they do create parasocial relationships. I don't feel like I have any of those, because I am a tiny creator, and I feel like my subscribers, I know the majority of you guys that come in all the time, I know you guys. I think it's like creators who have a bigger platform, it does become that, where people think they know you because they watch your videos, or like people that vlog, they watch your life, they, you know, see your family, and they feel like they know you. And there's been times where subscribers have shown up to creators' houses and
Well, that's nuts.
understand when creators were angry about it. And it's the same thing like with actors and stuff. You know, they'll be out to dinner with their family, and people want to come and be like, I can have a picture, can have, and sometimes they don't want to be bothered, and then, you know, they get called out for being rude to fans or whatever. But there's a time and a place for everything. And just because you're an actor or you're in the spotlight does not mean that every second of your life you have to be open to others, that you don't deserve privacy and all this stuff. You know what I mean? But when you're on YouTube, you have an obligation. You have people that, for whatever reason, are going to mimic or imitate what you do to try to show you that they support you. And this is something dangerous to imitate. It's
Yeah.
dangerous. It's not bull crap. It's not little petty crap, you know? I don't even
Yeah,
know. We're
I
talking
agree.
about Michelle Sabate or Sabate, however you say it. Michelle Sabate, who
Yeah, sabate or sabate
Sabate,
or whatever. I don't know how to say it either.
yeah,
Everybody says it some different way,
says
you
it
know, so I've
different.
heard
Yeah.
it. Yeah, yeah, she's nuts, man. She's not.
She
I mean,
really
I don't even know
does.
what else
Yes,
to say
Friend's
about
mom. She
her.
does sound like John Yates, right? She's a female version. She really does.
Oh my God,
It's
she is.
crazy.
That's so true.
And there's so many creators like that, that they don't care. They don't care. And oh, so that's what I was gonna say. Like, creators are getting worse and worse and worse. They can't take any criticism. Listen,
Right.
sometimes, you know, it's hard. It's hard when somebody's saying negative things about you, but you have to remember too that sometimes you listen to the message. Now, I'm not gonna lie, right? I'm not even gonna sit up here and fix my mouth to lie. That 4%, I don't care. That, like, I'm not taking their criticism, because it's not criticism. It's
Right.
it's based on bull crap. You understand? But if anybody else makes a video that's never had a personal interaction with me and makes a video about something I've said and found it offensive, I'm going to listen to that. And maybe that's wrong of me, and I'm going to take it in, right? And I'm not talking about people that don't like me, that go then create a throwaway channel to do and say what they are too cowardly to say from their own channel, because we've seen those too.
Yep.
Where somebody that already made videos about us and can't stand us will go make a throwaway channel, you know, and make these videos in cowardice. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about established creators that have credibility, that have been, you know, doing this, didn't just create a channel yesterday. And if they say something, I'm going to be like, damn, I'm going to take a look at it. You
Well,
know what
of
I mean?
course. Yeah. Yep.
But these people, it gets worse and worse. Somebody makes a video because you've said something really nasty, or you doxed somebody, or victim shamed somebody, or something like that, and they make a video or they address it, and your comeback is to dox them or whatever. It's not reasonable. It's not even trying to explain or debate. You know what I mean? Like, you rebuttal. It's not a rebuttal to what was said about you. It's just going below the belt. And so many creators, that is their go-to now. That is the new norm on YouTube, sadly. Somebody gives a critique about you, you don't
Yeah,
like
it's like, ha ha, I
that,
got
give
you. And
up
the next
shit
one's
on
like,
them.
ha ha, I got you even worse.
Yep. I know your family. You'll say their name or their mother's name or their father's name to intimidate them. You can't do that to me. I don't care. Come say my name. You live such and such. Come here, please. I don't care if you put my address, put my name out there. Come here, though. That will be a game changer. Put it out there because that doesn't intimidate me. It really doesn't. You know what I mean? Put my mug shot if you could find it. Good luck with that. I don't care. I don't care. You know what I mean? I don't care about that shit. F around and come here and find out. That's the difference to me. So with some people, they know that that's going to be an intimidation tactic. So that's what they use. Sorry, hold on.
Uh-oh. She gotta yell at one of the kids. Like,
No. I thought it was no, it was a delivery. Sorry. It was
oh,
a delivery.
delivery. Oh,
But he
okay,
was like
that's a good
talking
thing.
Spanish, so my son can't talk Spanish.
Oh. So what the heck are we talking about then? Of recording people? Because I'm very confused. Where'd she go?
Sorry.
You hear me?
No, I was making sure they paid him because my son was holding the door, but I didn't know he was holding it for my son. Sorry, I have a crazy house here. Sorry, JJ. So continue. I'm sorry. I didn't hear what you said because I was fighting with my kids.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, I just said, okay, so what is about like recording people?
Okay.
What's up?
So excuse me. If you so I want to get you guys your opinion. What do you think if somebody records somebody that's sleeping? And let's say me and my significant other are arguing, and one of us record it and give it to somebody to put on the internet, but we stay together. And
What a joke.
Okay, so I'm gonna say me, right? Me and my significant other, we're always arguing, and he says some nasty things to me, like couples do. And this is not literally, guys. This is a hypothetical. I don't have anybody doing that. I'm in Jersey because I hate that I have to say that, man. Anyway,
I
okay.
know.
Hypothetically, me and my significant other are arguing, saying nasty things, and I'm recording him doing this to me. I give it to somebody on the internet. It comes out, it's whatever. I stay with him, right? And then I defend him and all this other stuff, yada yada yada. But I keep recording and I keep giving it to different sources, right? People that I'm sexting or talking to online. I keep giving them videos that I'm recording unbeknownst to my significant other, while I'm also taking some questionable videos and doing some I'm putting that lightly, questionable things to my significant other. I'm not putting those out. I'm putting out the videos making me a victim. Sorry.
What? Where'd she go? Oh, she left to talk again.
Sorry. No, my son was like, food. He got me steak, eggs, rice and
Oh,
beans. Thank
that
you.
sounds good.
Yeah, so I'm going to
I
eat
know,
that.
Vera, we're trying to make it so that way you can follow it. So
What
Vera's
did Vera
not
say?
following it. She's not following because
I know, and I'm sorry that hi Daisy Cobb, and I'm sorry guys that I'm telling you that I'm being vague for a specific reason, guys, because it's coming out in real time. Like these videos are coming out in real time, and there's supposed to be more coming out, and the other videos that are supposed to come out are extremely it's more than messy. Okay, so let's say I've
just
hit
okay.
What?
So there's a creator, right? That is a couple with someone. And so man and a woman, right? The woman is fucking out of
Yes.
her mind, and the dude, you barely hear from him. He's kind of in the
Yes.
background, sort of thing. And you think the woman is always at fault for stuff, because usually she is, because she's
Yes.
like off her rocker,
Yes.
right?
Thank you.
And then there ends up being you find out that the dude is secretly recording the chick and sending other YouTubers videos that put him in a good light.
Or subscribers that then become
Yes.
creators to out the videos. Yes.
Yes, to out the videos, to kind of, but they're still a couple, remember, right? So he's
Yep.
going behind the scenes, recording her to make her look horrible, while he's giving those videos to be put out to the public. Insane, y'all. It's insane, and it's happening in real time right now. I mean, I would say the names. I can imagine you guys guess the names, but I don't want to do that on Cindy's channel, and yeah.
Yes. And she's usually the villain in this story, but
Yep.
now it's
she's a
it's
pain in
more
the ass.
complicated than that. And in this, yeah, I did, Celia. And I will never out personal conversations I have with my friends. That's not a thing. But I was going to come. I had a whole plan to come and talk about those videos. And thankfully, I had a friend that DM'd me and was like, "Selfie, don't do it, because you don't know the whole story." And so this person knows who they are. I am eternally grateful to you for that, because they didn't have to do that. They could have just left me out there to hang and look like an
Right,
a-hole.
and it would have looked bad on the woman's part.
It would have looked
But
bad on
Cindy
yes.
got information behind the scenes that says that it's not as it seems.
Seems
That there
it's not.
is
A
more
lot
to
more
it.
to the story, yes. And
Yes.
she actually is a victim. And two things can be true at the same time. You can be a-hole, you can have done horrible things and not know how to deal, not know how to talk to people, not have respect for people, and still be a victim at the same time. And I think that that's why it's important to realize that those two things can be true at the same time. And again, I apologize for being vague. Some people have an idea whom I'm talking about, and I'm being vague for a reason. Because as I said, as we speak, videos are coming out. And I never want to cause anybody to harm themselves, because
No.
that is also not a thing, man. I'm not a bully. I don't come here to dogpile on people. I've never done that. Vera, I'm gonna DM you. I'm gonna actually text you, not DM you, when we're done here.
And what I would say
Yeah.
is that if it were like, say, listen, this is the way that I look at it, and I'm pretty sure it's the way the law looks at it as well. If I am sleeping and someone, even my husband, decides to do anything to me
Yes.
and record it, y'all,
Yes.
that's illegal.
Yes, Kira.
That's big, like that is R. Okay?
Sure.
That's R
Got
or
you, Kelly.
SA to, the legally, and to anyone else out there. It's awful.
It
It's
is. You can't
awful.
consent when you're sleeping, guys. And
No,
that is
you
a
can't
fact.
consent.
You cannot
You
consent.
can't. You can't.
when
You're
you're
a victim in that, and you are a victim no matter what. Even if the person is
No.
a complete asshole and pain in the ass, it doesn't
Yes.
matter.
doesn't
Matter.
matter.
That person is a victim. So I will say that videos that are coming out, please keep in mind, when it comes
Before
to like
you
the
judge,
90-day
just wait,
community,
just wait.
before you judge, just wait
Yeah.
a little bit. Yeah.
And guys, listen, and this is why, right? We've said it, we're not perfect. But there's no way that knowing that I could have still came, because I dislike this person, that I could have still came. Thank you so much, BB loves honey tea. Thank you, mama. There's no way I could have still come, not came, sorry. That I could have still come here and made the live and said in the live the things that I was going to initially say, knowing the truth, just because I'm not hate filled. I don't hate her.
No,
I just
we
don't like
can't
her.
do that. We
And
can't do
there's no
that. If
way
you,
that I'm going to do that because I feel like a victim is a victim regardless. And again, two things can be true. She is a nasty person. I think she's a very, very toxic person, but she is also a victim. And again, I'm not full of hate. I'm really not. So I wouldn't be like, F that. I'm still going to come and drag the bitch. Because as of right now, what is released just makes her look bad. That's not a thing. Um, and I couldn't do that. And again, so I'm very grateful for the friend that DM'd me. I mean, that called me, actually called me and told me and gave me the heads up, like, Sin, I don't think you should do this. So thank you for that. Because that, like I said, I never want to cause harm to anybody. And I just think that it's crazy. It's terrible. What did you do, JJ? I don't have my phone.
I gifted 5 memberships.
Oh,
So
thank
we
you,
got
JJ.
Wildflower, Amanda,
Yay.
Pat
Who else?
Alexander,
Oh, I
Kentucky
love
Lady
Pat.
P, and who was the other one?
Wait,
It
say
should
it
be
again. I missed it. Okay, so Wildflower Pat.
Wildflower, Amanda, Pat Alexander, Kentucky Lady P, and I don't see the other one.
Who's
Who was
Amanda?
it?
It just says Amanda.
Yeah, it just says Amanda.
Oh, cool. Okay,
So
so
I
welcome
don't.
new members.
Oh, Harmony. Harmony was
Oh,
gifted.
Harmony, she's awesome
Yes.
too. I'm glad. Congratulations and thank you, JJ, for gifting the memberships.
Ah, you are so welcome.
I appreciate you so much and welcome to
Fun,
the new
y'all. We have
members.
fun on Mondays at 5
Yeah.
p.m. Eastern Standard. We very unfiltered. We'll just say that members only lives. Very
Yes.
unfiltered.
Even though the last members only was very mild.
It was tame.
Yeah, it
tame.
was mild because we're not gonna just come and talk shit about people for no reason. Like,
Right.
we enjoy that. We always, whenever we talk crap for a reason. It's like built up. We're not just gonna come and talk crap about people we don't like for no reason. Because that would be being just like them. So okay. So hey, Wanda Steves, my sweetie pie. Thank you, Mama T. Thank you all so much. You guys are amazing. Wait, so Kira says, yes, it makes me think of a similar situation way back with Onision and Shiloh. Yes, I remember
Yep.
that, where he groomed her, and well, I think his Shiloh's pronouns became him and his. Sorry. So I don't mean to
did that
give the
happen?
wrong pronouns. Yeah, I
Okay.
think that Shiloh did change their pronouns. And how they identify. So I'm sorry if I, misgendered or misidentified them. I apologize. But yeah, I remember him, Onision. Oh my God, the worst. But anyway,
Yes, it is similar, sort of.
yes.
But in the fact that the difference would be that this person is trying to make himself seem like an innocent angel that is being harmed by
Victimized himself.
yeah, they're victimized by this terrible woman that gets online and doesn't, like, I don't know. She got her fucking issues all together, like with her
She
kids
really
and not
does.
talking
She
and
really
all the
does.
bullshit that she drags online. She says
Okay,
she don't want
thank
people
you.
to talk about it, but yet she makes it a
She
part of her
talks about it.
YouTube channel. She talks about it. I can't stand her. Cannot
I
stand,
can't
like,
either.
she gets under my
guys. She
skin,
gets
but
under my skin. Yes.
but it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Some things that we're hearing is
Very serious.
She's a
Very
victim.
serious.
She's a
And,
victim.
yeah.
Yes.
And it was very disturbing to hear it. And so right before, because I was running late because I was on the phone with my friend, and I felt bad. I had to like tell my friend, I gotta go live. Go live. I'll be in the bushes. So hey, sweetie, in the bushes. And so I didn't even get to tell JJ because I did tell her before, I want to talk about this because I was pissed. So
Right.
I was pissed. And I was like, we're still doing this? Like, because again, I am a mom. I am a boy mom. And
Yeah.
I would love to say that there's no difference, but there is. I'm a boy mom and I am a female. but I'm a boy mom. I have 5 sons, and I just listen, don't put hands on my sons. Don't put hands on. I could be 60 and I'm gonna beat you over the head with a cane in Minecraft because I'm not,
The
violent.
both of them are hella effed up. We're just
They
gonna say it's
toxic.
the
They're
both of them.
toxic.
Toxic beyond belief. Toxic together. I mean,
Okay,
it's
yes,
like
thank you, Karen.
gasoline and a flame. But even apart, they're very toxic people. Like
They
they
are.
are in desperate need of help, in my opinion. Both of
Yes.
them.
And so, Kira, I think that how we manage the conflicting feelings is because honestly, it's hard sometimes because I'm biased in certain situations.
Yeah.
But when
Yeah.
something is so obviously egregiously wrong, like there's nothing to be conflicted about. You know what I mean? Like there were situations in the past that I was morally conflicted about. Like I don't go real life, but then when I found out things with children, I was conflicted because I wanted to come and talk about it. Because if I ever think that kids are being harmed and I don't speak about it when I was a mandated reporter, I'm no longer a mandated reporter. But when I was, it's still in me. You know what I mean? Like to protect children, like at all
Right.
costs.
Of
So
course. Of course.
yeah, that created a serious conflict within myself. Um, but this, it was really no
So th-
conflict. Sorry. Hey,
this is
Mandy,
what I
how are you, sweetie? Sorry.
are you sure? Like, are you completely opposed? Because you and I didn't get to really talk right before because we were going to come on here and talk about the woman.
We were.
Are you sure we absolutely cannot say the names? Because we were about to talk about her and then it flipped the script.
Um,
I mean, we don't have to say what we know as far as what friend has saw and stuff like that. We
Okay.
do.
yeah,
You know, because I don't want to confuse people. Because this live was set up to talk about
it
this
was.
one woman and
It
things
was.
that are going on in abuse and that sort of thing.
Yeah, this live
However,
was set up to talk about Jen Bailey, guys. It was set up to talk about Jen Bailey.
there you go. We were going to talk about Jen Bailey and her being very abusive. So I'm sorry, you know, for being so vague. We don't mean to, but we also don't want to hurt anybody,
We
and we
don't.
also don't want to, you know, perpetuate.
We just said, hey, Valerie Nelson. We just said it is Jen Bailey. Jen
Yeah,
Bailey.
it's Jen Bailey.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jen Bailey and Clint. So
And it's just a lot coming out, as I said. As we speak, there's more coming out, and there's a lot that we don't know. And as a new channel emerged, I'm not even gonna post their channel. I was not gonna show the videos, of course not, because I would never want to trigger. Am I also conflicted? I don't know. You're not. I don't know. You mean confused? It is them. It is them, Valerie.
yeah.
But
Mhm.
I would never show those videos because I don't want to trigger or traumatize anybody
Never. Hell
that has,
no.
you know what I mean? Because when I saw the initial videos, I was angry. I think angry is an understatement.
Mhm.
I don't like abusive behaviors from anybody at all. I don't think that anybody should ever be spoken to, degraded. I don't like that. And as you guys know, I removed myself from a situation because I found myself becoming toxic with my mouth, and I've never been that. And I was becoming rather abusive with my verbiage to my significant other. And before I allowed that, I had to remove myself. That's when I was like, okay, this is toxic. This is 1000% toxic. You need to get out of it, and it's very, very difficult, but that's why we don't want anybody. My recommendation is, it's just my opinion, guys. I'm not telling anybody what to do, is to just hold off on any judgment until further information comes out, because that's what I was told to do. And I was told a lot of information that I'm definitely not going to relay here because that would be me making accusations that I'm not willing to make right now. So that's all I'm suggesting. You know what I mean? I have no idea what this is, but it is good to feel safe. You guys should
Yeah,
take
yeah.
a 30-second break. Yeah, thank you. Jen is so busy throwing shit at the wall to see whatever sticks. She threatened charges for voyeurism. Whoa, see, it's a lot, guys. It's a lot
Yeah, it's a lot.
involved.
It's a lot, but that voyeurism may be something a lot more, Mandy.
Yeah,
So, we have to be careful. Cindy was given information, but that information, she doesn't have the solid
exactly.
proof
There's
in
nothing
hand.
sexy. But Mandy, I was told that there's more videos. I was
Yeah.
told that there were more videos and that people have seen them and that they go in a whole different direction. Again, for that I have to be very vague. I can't out that stuff. So all I'm basically saying is that, okay, wait. I am
Oh, good.
concerned
Well,
about holding Clint accountable because he hasn't left. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Me too, Valerie. At the beginning, and thank you for saying that, because at the beginning, I was again, and I'm still angry for anybody that does that. But now I'm questioning his motives behind continuing to videotape when you're not leaving and continuing to give these videos to different people. And then when people try to help you, then you flip on the people and get mad at them and call them bitches and all this stuff when they're trying to say that, if you need help or if you remove yourself from the situation, and then you're like, she didn't do that. So, and I understand again that people in those kinds of situations, DV victims, will do that, will defend their abuser, but it's all for people to see. He's giving it to people. So I am very conflicted with that as well, Valerie. I am 1000% conflicted. And I'm starting to really question his
to
motives and what
YouTube.
is
He's not giving it to authorities. He's giving
social
it to
worker,
YouTubers
therapist.
to make
Right.
her.
I know.
I can't stand her. I
I know,
cannot
Mandy.
stand.
I know.
I hear her
Trust me, I
voice
know.
and I'm like, oh fuck, man, my eyes are gonna
Yes.
be
Yes,
stuck in the
Valerie.
back of my head when I hear her voice. But regardless, I want to make sure before.
Right. You're right,
I mean,
Mandy. Right.
and two things, like Cindy said, can be true. Both can be
Yes.
wrong and highly abusive.
Yep.
And
Yep.
both at fault equally.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
they're a mess. The both of them are a mess, an absolute mess. I don't
Yes.
even know why they're still online.
Is that so, JJ? Is that where Stockholm syndrome comes from? Is that what that is? Like somebody who
I don't, I think, that would.
I'm
I'd
not
imagine.
diagnosing him. I'm not diagnosing him. I'm not saying that he has
Right.
that.
We're not
I'm just
doctors.
we're not diagnosing. Oh my God.
You
I mean,
can look at things and think, okay, that seems like that, just from
right.
things you heard, but we're not
Right.
doctors.
Yeah, no,
I
I'm
don't
not
know.
diagnosing him with Stockholm. I'm just trying to get an idea of, and maybe Mandy would know, is Stockholm when people in those kinds of situations make excuses and think that they're at fault for situations like that?
Yeah, and
You know
it's
what I
kind of
mean?
a
I'm curious.
codependency, like a codependency.
I know, Mandy, and
Like
before,
they
I don't know if
can't,
you were
they
here the
think
whole
they
time,
can't
but
be
you're
without it.
right. She treats people horribly and she
Yes.
manipulates and all this stuff. Trust me, I dislike
Oh, I
her with
know. I've
every
been there.
fiber of my being.
Cussed me out. She cussed me out
She
on
cussed
Siwa's
JJ the
channel. I
hell
didn't
out.
even know her. I'm like, why are you talking? Why are you talking to me? Like, she's lucky
Yeah.
I was very chill that night, because I really, if she were to get me on a good night, no, she wouldn't do that shit. Nope.
Oh wow,
She'd
thank
be
you, Bliss
shut
Chris.
down.
Yeah. So Bliss Chris says, sorry,
Positive
JJ.
feelings, right?
Yes. Wow. So, oh wow, that's crazy. Okay. So like when people start to believe that people that have kidnapped them love them, and oh yeah, okay, I get it now. Thank you. Damn, there was something I wanted to say and I totally just freaking made myself lose my train of thought. But by
Yes,
giving
Jolly
video
Rancher. That's what we're saying.
no. What? Wait.
Rancher says, okay, I have an honest question. With him giving someone else the first set of videos, why did Clint give them to someone else these videos? Give someone else these videos.
Exactly.
He isn't helping with
Exactly.
drama. He is adding. Oh, yes,
He's
100%.
adding to
And
it. I
that's
think
our
he's
point.
addicted to it as well. I think that he's addicted to the drama and the attention. And again, this is a very complicated situation because I know people that have been in situations like that have stayed because they are codependent. Just because they think they can't do any better, just because they think that they're in love and all these things. So I'm not trying to victim shame anyone. I'm legitimately trying to understand like what his thought process is, because I'm confused. I don't understand. Does he genuinely want help and then gets remorseful after and feels bad that he outed it? You know what I mean? Is he at his breaking point when he releases the videos and then feels remorseful and bad, or is there something else going on? And I don't know. I don't know. I know that there's other stuff that again I won't speak about, and maybe the videos will come out, maybe they won't, maybe somebody else will speak about it. I'm just not ready to speak about that. Because I'm not going to betray the confidence of my friend who told me it. And the
Right.
person that spoke to me said that they spoke directly to him. So it's not like rumors, they spoke directly to him. Again, I'm not going to out that information because that is a friend. I would never do that.
Right.
So that's why I'm not outing that stuff, because I wouldn't do that to anybody. I don't show
But
DMs.
right,
I don't do
Mandy,
that.
Mandy, wouldn't you think that, because I know
Okay.
Mandy's just brilliant, and she knows a lot in the medical
Yeah,
field. I'm not gonna, say
you're
what she
right,
does or
Melanie.
what her profession is, but she's very, very smart. And Mandy
Thank
says
you.
with Stockholm, people develop positive feelings for the abuser despite the negative situation as a coping mechanism. And it does seem that way. But with Stockholm, can the abused become the abuser? Like, can they kind of flip the script? If you're Stockholm, can you decide I've had enough and I'm going to do this, whatever, and suddenly make the abuser the victim?
I
Because
just think that they're just both toxic, and that is
yeah,
probably why they stick together and they stay together, because they're toxic as hell. They are. And
right.
and again, I have to be careful how I say this, because I don't addict shame people. I don't do that either. But I can say, in my opinion, there seems to be some substance issues going on, and that changes people's mindsets as well. That changes the way people perceive situations, the way they see reality. Like, honestly, when you throw substances in with all these other compounding issues, like logic goes out the window, reality goes out the window. So, and in my opinion, there are some substance abuse issues there. So that can also add to it, in my opinion. I'm not addict shaming them, but in my opinion, there's some, something is going on there, and that changes the dynamics of the relationship. That change, people become angry, volatile, like their mood swings, it lowers their inhibitions. Lots of things happen, not excusing any of the bad behavior, just giving possible reasons. You know what I mean? Why
Joanna, if it
it
is
makes
all fabricated, Joanna T says, I hope it is all fabricated for content. And I would say yes to that too. I
Hey,
don't
sweetie.
My guess would be even though Clint was on a reality
Yep.
show and that's how
Yep.
he got, his popularity or whatever, and Jen went in and tried to scoop him up and did scoop him up while he
Yes.
was still
Yes, Violet.
married at the time, which is beyond. But we all know she likes married
Yep.
men. She already said that.
Yep.
She's admitted to that herself, so I'm not outing something here. But I
Thank you,
think
Mandy.
I think that they
Yes,
both absolutely need to separate from each other. There's no
I
reason for
agree.
them to be together. It is the weirdest. And
Yes.
if it is just for clicks and views, to add your kids into it is a next level sickness. Like
Crazy. Yeah.
something like she talks about her child all the time and her kids and stuff. And it's to add that into the mix is just so unhealthy and disgusting. I mean, I would
It is.
never, if it was for clicks and views, my kids would have no part. There would be no, they are not a character in my play, you know, but apparently Jen does not have those same feelings
Yep.
or,
Yep. That makes
you know,
sense,
thoughts.
Mandy. Mandy said, I don't think they will end up being abusive towards their abuser. The purpose is a coping strategy, not to see themselves as a victim. They will likely develop negative feelings towards any help. So
Oh,
anybody that
gotcha.
tries to help, they will see as the enemy. You know what I mean? That makes a lot of
Right.
sense. Authorities, physicians, people who think that would people you think that would be in a position to help them. That makes so much sense.
You
The
know, that's
child,
like that
all of that
reminds
stuff.
me
Definitely, Jolly. Definitely. Sorry, what?
that reminds me of like Anna Duggar. Some of you may know who I'm talking
Oh,
about.
Anna Duggar.
With the Duggars,
Josh
yeah,
Duggar's wife.
Josh's
Yes.
wife, right? Like she
Yes.
stays and makes excuses, and it's unbelievable, really. I mean,
Yeah.
everything that he has
And he was
done, and
guilty
even
as sin.
and he was guilty, and even the things he admitted to with the Ashley Madison and stuff, and she
His
stayed with him.
sisters.
Uh huh.
He-
And she got mad at anybody who would try to tell her differently or try to help her. Her
yeah.
own brother tried to help her and she
Yeah.
got upset. So,
Yeah.
yeah, that's got to be like a Stockholm syndrome thing.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Because it's them
It's
against
sad.
the world, like a Bonnie and Clyde type things. Like I'm telling you, sometimes toxicity just breeds more toxicity, and I think that they are both toxic. I think that he is very manipulative as well, and I think more is going to come out about him and things that he's
Yeah.
also done to her. Um, and again, I do not like Jen. I don't like her. I think she's a bad person. Sorry, my son just got a new sound bar and a subwoofer, and you hear it. I'm gonna get copyright struck for this damn music he has in the background. On that boy. Let me go close his door because I'm gonna get copyright struck.
You close this door. But yeah, I thought it was important to, if we were going to talk about it, you know, at least say some names so that way, you know, you guys can follow a little bit and understand what we're talking about because the videos are coming out in real time. So we don't want to disclose anything. We just want to react to what comes out. That's it. Like we don't want to be like the whistleblowers on things. We just want to be able to, you know, once something comes out, talk about it. And things are coming out. The Roadhog, we're talking about Jen Bailey and Clint Brady. They're in the 90-day sector.
Okay, sorry guys, I had to close my son's door. Bro, my sons, their rooms are fire. Fire.
They
I'm
really
gonna take
are.
pictures. Their rooms are fire. My sons, because they build their own PCs and they have lights, and my son just got a nice sound bar. He has a big projector in his room. I showed JJ his projector and stuff.
Oh my God, it's insane. It's insane. Even their like computer setups. It's
Hey,
like
Roadhog.
you would think it's like NASA or something.
And
So
my eldest son gets top of the line everything. He is an IT dude. Like I'm telling you, made his own PC. Like, so my other son wants to be just like his brother, so cute. And he's like, I'm copying off of him. I'm gonna buy this and that. I'm like, it's your brother. You're not copying him. It's so cute. They just love each other. Anyway, okay. Sorry about that. I was like, boy, I know it sounds good, but I'm getting in trouble. They're gonna copyright strike me. Yeah, so yeah, what were you saying, JJ? I'm sorry, I got sidetracked.
oh no, I was just saying that was we felt the need to mention their names because we don't want to
Yes.
confuse anybody, but
No.
we are not the people like to break news. We just want to be able to react on what's already out there.
Yeah.
So that's why it's hard. And when we set up this live, we thought one way, but then you find out some information and things coming out in real time, like right now as we speak. We don't want to be the whistleblowers. We just want to react to what
Yeah, we don't
what's
care
out
about
there
that,
already.
like being the first to
Yeah.
break a story.
Right.
Like,
No,
because
no,
these are
no,
real
no.
people. These are not like stories to us. There's real people in these situations, and we just want to be very careful not to harm anybody. Again, I know that the people, like, guys, you already know how I feel about Jen Bailey. She talked hella shit. She talked crazy to JJ, didn't even know her. She's talked hella shit about me. I'm not smart. I need to get an education about substance abuse and HIV education. She said I was ugly.
Yeah.
All this other stuff she said about me. Y'all know how I feel about that lady. But I still want to be very careful. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna come here and because I dislike somebody, just be like, yeah, F her, she deserves what she gets. I don't think like that. I don't. I sometimes I wish I did. You know what I mean? Come and give everybody middle fingers. I just don't think like that. And it's bitten me in the butt plenty of times, but I can't change who I am. Go ahead, what?
Perpetrator can become a victim, and those things can happen at the same time. So, they're both the most effed up people. I mean, there's a lot of people. Like, you got your Trisha Paytas, like you got a lot of people who are like considered troublesome, problematic, whatever. But from what I've seen, real life stuff, not just for doing it, not just doing it for YouTube or whatever, real life stuff. I would say that Jen Bailey and Clint Brady are at the top of the list of being the most problematic and toxic couple on YouTube. It's bad.
I agree. They're pretty bad. Now the Ace family's up there, but I'm talking about toxic towards each other.
Yes.
Jen Bailey and Clint are pretty bad because by his own admission, he's put these things out. And again, I thought it was a cry for help, and it still may be. But then there's other things that are very, very, very questionable at best. That's me putting it very, very mildly. Just downright effed up. Downright effed up. It's bad, guys. It's bad. And again, there is a channel that is releasing these videos in increments. And if you want to see more, Jen Bailey has put up community posts talking more about this whole situation and all of that. So if you want to know more in depth, you can see what she has to say. But again, remember that there are always three sides to a story. The truth is usually somewhere here. And she's very manipulative. We already know that she loves to play the victim, but that doesn't mean that she may not truly be a victim in some situations. But we have to be very careful as well with the information either way that we're putting out there, because I don't want to condemn anyone or redeem anyone, you know what I mean, without the full story. We're just giving our opinions about some things. That's it. We're not here to judge. We're not judge and jury.
I judge. No,
JJ, I'm not
judge.
judge. Okay.
He doesn't judge. I judge.
JJ would judge the crap out of you.
Judge the F out of you if you're doing some kind of nasty stuff. I'm gonna judge. Like, what the F, Jen? What were you thinking? I mean, yeah, I'm a judge. I know I shouldn't.
At least she's honest. She's honest.
I have to be honest about it. I cannot. You know what? I'll pray about it. I'm going to pray about it. I'm going to be like, God, please.
You're going to pray for forgiveness?
I'm going to pray for forgiveness.
I cannot with JJ. I cannot, bro. I swear to God.
The next day, and I'm going to be a sinner still judging them.
Well, listen, she's nothing if not honest, bro. You know what I mean? There are
Yes.
dedicated
You know
treatment
you're gonna
programs
get
for women to
honesty
be
from me. I'm not gonna lie.
intensive therapy is key because you have to kind of undo their new distorted belief system.
Yes.
Mandy, exactly. They
Mm-hmm.
need to relearn and learn that this is not normal, that the dynamic of their relationship and how they interact with each other is not normal. You know what I mean? Because when you're
It's so
but
bad.
JJ, it
It's so
you
bad.
begin to think that that is normal, and everybody else is abnormal until you get therapy, and it takes a long time. It's not you're not cured after one couples
No.
therapy
No.
session,
No. No. No.
two,
No.
three, or
No.
four. It's intensive. It takes a long time because you have to get in
It's
touch with
work.
who you are. You know what I mean? You can't just focus on the other person. Oh, well, they did this to me. You need to fix them. It starts with you. It comes from within. You know what I mean? Like I've never went to therapy to try to fix somebody else. And I think that that's where Jen Bailey gets it wrong. She won't take accountability for anything she's done. Everybody else is to blame. And I've had trauma from childhood, all of that.
Yeah.
The choices that I've made are all my doing. My mistakes are mine. Nobody else made those decisions for me. What happened to me in my life may have influenced who I became and all of that, but at the end of the day, I'm responsible for my decisions, for bad, good, or whatever. And until she realizes that, until she accepts that she has a problem, which I don't think Jen has ever done, you know what I mean? That's the first step in anything. It's with addiction, but it's in anything, is accepting that you have a problem and that you need help. And
Right.
until she does that, she's not gonna be able to get better. And she thinks that by coming here and saying, I'm in therapy, I went to therapy, she was cured, and people allowed her that. And so, of course, she's like, oh, they forgave me. That's it. It's over. No, sometimes you have to hold people's feet to the fire to make sure that they really are about it. They're not just talking a good one. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Well, I can tell. I can tell you that when you go to therapy and you
Exactly.
start the process of healing, it's almost like taking an antibiotic. Like you have to take it all the way through, and that is kind of the way that I look at it with my therapy for life. Like if I even miss, I mean, I now am in therapy. I used to be a few times, honestly, swear to God, a few times a week, which was a lot, but I had to do it. I had to do the work because I didn't
Oh,
want to
wow.
become something that I wanted to undo my
Mm-hmm.
traumas, and
Yeah.
I didn't want to become something. I wanted to become the person I was meant to be if I didn't have those traumas. So I
Right.
went through it, and if I even miss a few weeks of it, I feel myself starting to slip back. That's how important it is. There's no
Yeah.
magic pill, and
No, there isn't.
a lot of times the trauma is not your fault, but this is life, and life is unfair, and we
No,
have to do
life
the
is
work.
fair, JJ. Life is fair because it happens to us all. It
Yeah,
would be
true, true,
unfair if it
true.
only happened to a select few of us. Life is fair because it can happen to any and everyone, and it will. Death happens to us all. Tragedy happens to us all. You know what I mean? So life is very fair. It's just unfortunate. You know what I mean? Like that's how
Yeah,
I see it.
it's
I see
but
it that life
and
is actually
traumas are different. Some traumas are different. Some traumas are you're in the military and you go overseas and you see things that no human should see. There are
yep,
traumas that start in
yep,
childhood for people. There are,
yep.
it's awful, but you have to have enough,
Thank you.
or you have to have somebody that is solid behind you or standing beside you
Support.
to
Yeah.
say, listen, no, you need this help. I'm
Yes.
going to lift you up out of bed. This is what you're going to do. You're going
Yes.
to start, whether you kick and fight, whatever. And I just don't think that the two of them are, like I said, like a flame and gasoline.
They enable each
It's
other. They
they
definitely
are
enable each other. Yeah. And
awful,
that
and
happens.
nobody puts out the fire. They instead, like,
They fan the flames with
help.
each
They
other. They
fan
definitely
the
do.
flames. The both of
Yes,
them fan the flame, and it's
they
terrible.
definitely do.
And it's happening on a public platform, which
For everyone
is
to see.
for everyone to see. And I feel kind of gross, like knowing their business. Although I'm very nosy, like I like to know shit. Like
Right.
I'm interested.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, I'm interested. But at the same time, you feel kind of like grimy, like
Like
ew.
you're seeing
This is a
something
re-
you shouldn't be seeing. And I
you
saw,
right, exactly,
yeah,
exactly.
and I saw a comment today, and at first I was like, a little iffy about that. But then when I gained more perspective and more info, the person was in this new channel's comment section and was like, what happens behind closed doors is none of our business. And at first I was like, no, when it's brought to a public platform, it is. Especially when one of the participants in it gives it to somebody to be brought to a public platform, that's very different. You know what I mean? They are bringing it to the internet themselves. It wasn't as if someone stole their phone or hacked their crap. It was brought to a public platform by one of the people involved. So I don't agree with that. And then it's unfortunate that their private lives were brought to the public platform. But then again, if somebody's being abused or harmed, I got to be careful with my words. Doesn't it need to be brought? You know what I mean? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah.
Good. And I see it. And I see it, Roadhog. And I definitely see it. Hey, Camden. How are you? Yes. Yes, girl. Yeah.
Yeah. And Roadhog, just stick with that. I would leave your personal stuff out of it, because then you become like a Jen Bailey and Clint. Like you're outing everything that goes on in your relationship and your marriage. And
I think
the
he's trying
difference
that.
is y'all have kids,
Yeah.
together, and they're little.
Yeah.
So I would just say leave all
They're
that
very
shit out
little.
of it, and commentate on what you want to commentate on, but I wouldn't bring real life into it. And although I know that other people went real life on you, which is awful, and
Yes.
you going real life on other people, equally awful. Like,
Yes.
don't do that shit again, because that no,
Pop out.
nobody should be doing that.
Yes.
I'm living, me, I'm gonna give it honestly. But at the
Exactly.
same time, Roadhog knows that we have been very honest on the shit and how we feel about
We
it.
have.
And at the same time, I kind of like that he doesn't mind criticism, as long as you're not going real life and digging into his family.
And
So
like bashing him and his family. Like I don't think I've ever no, I don't think I
never,
never
we
called
haven't.
him big B word. Like what the hell? Why would I
Right. No,
say
we
that?
don't
You
do
know what I mean?
that. We don't do that. We just giving our
Never.
opinion.
The
Like,
hell?
y'all will be like, y'all are effing crazy.
I
But
know. I
other
see
than
that.
that,
I see that.
we don't try to, we're not trying to like cut people deep or ruin jobs or
No.
family members, or get involved in family
Nope.
dynamics from the
Nope.
internet. Like, that is
No.
going beyond and too far and disgusting.
And we don't have the right to
So
do that. Who the hell we think we
nobody
are?
does. Nobody
The
does.
hell? No. And I'm
Good.
glad, because I've made that mistake too. I've talked about personal things. My channel is more of a personal, from my perspective, my recovery. But if I could go back in time, anything pertaining to my relationship, I would have kept offline, definitely. I
Hmm.
tried to for so long because it didn't just involve me. It involves somebody else who isn't on YouTube. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
he's
but
not.
Cindy, yours was becoming where you did a great job with that. However, it was starting to become very obvious, because it was
It was.
changing you. It was
It
changing
was.
you, and I noticed it, and it
Yeah,
was
it was
difficult for you.
changing
And
me. You're right.
you're much lighter now. You enjoy
Yeah.
your time with your sons and stuff, and
Yeah.
it needed to happen. And I can see how, when you're going through personal things at home, it kind of bleeds into online stuff.
You're right.
But I would recommend never putting personal fights.
He doesn't though,
I'll
Mandy.
tell
No.
you this, right?
Yeah.
Like people will listen to a video or a tape or
Yep.
something of somebody cursing their wife or husband
Yep.
out, and they'll be like, oh my God, that's so horrific, right?
Yep.
Well,
Yeah.
y'all stop it right now. Because what do you sound like when you're arguing with your spouse?
True. It sounds ugly. That's what I'm saying.
It's
If I
ugly.
was
I wouldn't want
recorded
that
arguing
shit
with my
online.
husband, it would sound
Right.
ugly. It would sound ugly.
Right. Exactly.
But I wouldn't put my
And,
hands
you
on
know,
him. That's the difference.
nope.
Slap you up.
My husband, nah, we don't put hands. We don't even come close to putting hands on each other. That's a
Yeah,
no-no.
I don't
However, you know, our arguments, it's like, get the fuck out my face. Like,
we know, Mandy. We know.
honest to God. And I absolutely adore my husband. Like, he's like my rock. Like, I'm his rock. We have a lot of fun together. He's my best friend. However, when we're arguing, it's like, get the fuck out my face. I mean, it
Yeah.
wouldn't be a good, if people were recording us arguing, it wouldn't be a good thing. Like, we are not like a textbook. We went to counseling. Let's sit down. Tell me what your problem is with me right now. That
Right.
is not how it is. Y'all.
Right.
It's not. And I'm going to be real with you. It's not like that. It's kind of like you're on my effing nerves right now, you know? Like, so like
But
I
I am
said,
this
many-
way, JJ, in private too. Like I don't when we would argue, I wouldn't, this is the only bit of information I'm giving out. I wouldn't aim low. I wouldn't aim low. I wouldn't say
Right.
hurtful things. And towards the end, before I left, I was saying some stuff that was shocking to me that I had never said in all the years. And I'm telling you, that's when I was like, something is different with me, and I have to remove myself because I was spitting venom, and I had never in all those years, never. No matter what he said to me, I would never. And now that I'm not there, even when he does, you know, when messages me a little crazy, I don't go there. I don't go there. I don't curse, and I'm grounded again. I'm back to me.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't say those things because I know that it lasts forever. Regardless if you apologize, the impact is forever. So I'm very careful with that. And I was getting to a point where I was toxic. You know, like you guys could see it when I was on a live. Like I would have to mute, and you could tell by my facial expressions I was just over it. And
Right.
it's about being self-aware too, and realizing that this is not healthy. You know what I mean? And I agree with Camden too. Like they have to be adults and realize that they're not the
Yeah.
only ones affected. There is a minor in that house sometimes. I don't know the dynamics here. There is a minor in the house who is being subjected to that toxicity.
That's so unfair. That's so
And-
unfair. It's wrong,
Yeah.
you know?
And somebody said earlier that Jen also has 2 other men that are still that she still has the ability to control these men as well. So I don't know. Jen has something that these people, these men, still take care of her and all this stuff and whatever it is. I'm not a hater. You understand? There's something, and I think it's manipulative. They feel responsible for her
Yeah.
because she is very childlike. She's very immature, in my
She
opinion.
had a man that is not the father of her kids taking care of her minor child while she lives with Clint somewhere else. What
Yeah.
the fuck? There is no way, no
way.
effing way I would have my daughter, and she's 21 years old, living with some man so that I can go off and live with some other dude.
And he's a good dude. We're not bashing the dude.
No,
We're-
no,
you
no.
know,
I'm not bashing him.
but
And thank
it's
God
true.
he's a good
It's
dude.
true.
From what we
true.
know, he's a good dude. You know, this is the internet. We don't know everything. But still, you know, I would never.
Yes.
No.
You're right,
no. Be
Camden.
responsible for your own goddamn kids. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
but
Yep.
you don't
And,
do that.
and I agree with that. I agree with that. I think it's different. Like I had help with my parents helped me amazingly and greatly with my sons. Those are my parents. You understand? And listen, everybody's family dynamic looks different. What everybody considers family is different. But I couldn't. If I'm living somewhere and I have roommates who become more like my family, then I move out and leave my child there with them. And again, to each his own, I couldn't do it. And my
Mm-mm,
family's dynamic wasn't
never.
ideal either. I was an addict. I had my parents pick up the slack a lot in my addiction. And I'm eternally grateful to my parents because they helped me immensely. I have great parents. Um, so I'm not here to again judge somebody else's family dynamic. But when you come here and you're talking about grandmas shouldn't be on the internet, and aren't you a grandma? Shouldn't you be with your grandkids?
What
That
the?
mirror can be turned on you. And I say that all the time. That mirror can be turned on you. Those same questions can be asked of you. And then when those questions are asked of you, oh, you're talking about my children, then stop fucking turning that mirror to other people. The same things are going to be asked of you. And then you can't cry about it, you know?
Right, Mandy. I don't understand why
Yes,
Alice is
Valerie.
financially
Yes.
supporting them either.
Hey, Sassy.
It's like
Sorry.
she feels
Yeah,
it's like
I
she
don't get
feels
that,
bad for them or so. I don't know. I don't
Joanna.
understand because
I
I
don't
couldn't
understand that
do it.
either.
I couldn't. I love my kids, but I would not support them. It would be like a tough love thing. It's kind of like
Yeah,
if I saw them in some toxic relationship, I'm not going to finance that relationship.
yeah,
No,
yeah.
no, I don't understand it.
Oh,
JJ says, keep in
wow.
mind, guys, Jen did with Mike
I'm gonna use
what
the
she did
restroom.
with
Oh,
Clint,
wow.
but he wasn't on a reality show. Mike was
Holy
married
shit.
with kids and no.
Holy shit.
I didn't know that. Oh my God. Although, why am I shocked? She admitted that she likes married men. Wow. Wow. That's disgusting. She's a problem, man. I feel, it seems like anybody that's been close to her as a friend, they end up not being a friend to her. She's just, and then some people feel bad for her, so they stay. I don't understand that. I don't. Megs, where you at, girl? You can't even chat. I miss you. Love you. Send me a message on Twitter. So Jen was the babysitter for Mike and his wife.
Sorry.
No. Wow.
Wait,
Oh my
wait. What?
God.
What? I missed it. I missed it. What? Hey, Megs.
Andy says, so Jen was the babysitter for Mike and his wife. Mike divorced his wife, allegedly. Ooh, 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 this is some tea.
Whoa. What the actual? Listen, and listen. Allegedly, in my opinion, she seeks out married men. I think it's a thrill. Like she's like, in the wild, I'm gonna seek him out. I'm gonna devour him. I think it's a thrill to it boosts her confidence to say, I took him from his wife. I honestly think that that is her personality. She seeks out men that are taken because it builds up her confidence, which is
Yeah,
her compass, her moral compass is broken. She has a Jack Sparrow
yeah,
compass. You know
come
what I
come
mean?
near my husband.
Yeah,
I'll definitely be
word.
breaking her
Love
whatever.
you, Pam. Love you,
No.
Pam. And you will be in my thoughts and
I'll be
prayers.
breaking her goddamn compass, okay? Like
We're
come
talking
near
about
my
Jen
husband.
Bailey, Meg. Sorry.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
don't play
Oh,
that way.
JJ will fight you. She will fight you.
I
She
will
will
rip your
fight you.
goddamn eyes out or go claw your eyes out. Don't you even come near my husband. Although he's very, thank God. Like I feel incredibly blessed. I don't know what I have ever done in my life to get the
Yes,
husband that I
Pam did.
have, but
Yes.
I am grateful and will never do anything to ruin that
That's
because
Did you
he's,
hear that, JJ? That Jolly
huh?
said someone said on IG that Clint and GB were tried to be like Romeo and Juliet, if you get the meaning.
What the? Whoa.
That's
Okay,
crazy.
that's scary. That's
That is
scary.
scary.
And yeah, that's not okay. Not
I
at all.
know, Sassy. I don't understand it either. Listen, she got some good head game or some good well, gift the gab. Listen,
Yeah,
listen.
you're right, Joanna. Joanna
Hey,
says we all.
Quinn. Blessings, puppy. Sorry. What, JJ? I'm
Oh,
sorry.
okay, I see. Um, Joanna says we all need a moment of prayer for that Jen Bailey, and if any woman could take my husband, he isn't worth keeping. He is a good man. Exactly. Exactly.
Amen. He isn't yours to begin with.
Exactly.
If somebody could take your man, because that's not a
Right.
thing, right? What's
Right.
what's
Right.
yours and what's made for you will be yours, and that is a fact. That is a
Yeah.
fact. Can't nobody takes my man from me. He wasn't my man to begin with. If it was that easy for somebody else to get him, and that's what I think too.
Right.
Like a lot of women will fight the other woman when it's your man, even though it's the disrespect, but
I
it's
tear
your
both
man
of
that
their
has the
asses up.
loyalty to you. You know that? Yeah,
Right.
both of them gonna get it. Both of them gonna get it. Yeah.
And the woman too. Sorry, but if you know that
Yeah, I
this
agree
is a
with that.
married man and you're trying to put your moves, both of your asses
Yeah,
out.
for real.
More the man, because that's supposed to be the one that is dedicated
To
to
you,
you.
right?
However, I'll
But
tear
it's
her ass
also
up too.
different
'Cause-
if the woman knows about you and you understand, like, because there are certain instances where someone will lie and say they aren't married, they aren't involved, and still once you find out the person's involved, I get that. But it's, to me it's different if you knew, especially if we were cool. Like, girl, you gonna get it. You gonna get it. You
Right.
gonna get it.
Exactly.
He's trash. He's basura. He's, take his ass. You can have him, but you gonna get it because you ain't gonna smile in my face and kiki with me. And nah, no, that's not a thing either. You know what I mean? That's not a thing. But yeah, right. Pew pew. I love
Right.
it.
Exactly. Yeah, no, Joanna, I agree. It's the
Exactly.
man's fault
Exactly.
first. Now, some women
Yep.
don't know.
In
It's different
Minecraft.
if
That's right. I love
it's
it.
different if the woman doesn't know that the person is married.
Yep.
Then I
Yep.
can't hold
She
that
gonna get
against
hands.
her. Whatsoever. Exactly. No, it's all his fault then.
Mandy
But
said Jen is known to specialize in marriages, so she can get plans too. I'm just saying, girl.
oh, girl, that's what
Who
I'm
are you
saying.
telling? You ain't got to say it twice. Yo, my hair is
Yep.
annoying.
Yep.
Sorry.
Yep.
You ain't got to
Sorry,
say it
Jen,
twice.
but
She gonna
girl,
catch these hands in
Mhm.
Minecraft. Minecraft.
I ain't even playing. Ain't even playing.
For real.
Jen
Okay.
Bailey probably likes the game more than men and loses interest once she feels she won the game. Yeah, it's a game to her. And this
Yeah.
is real life. Real life and people and feelings and children are involved. Like, what the F is wrong with
True.
you?
There's children, there's whole families that you just destroy for your game, and she's proud of it. When Camden, she hates Camden. She she wants to know who
I
Camden is so bad.
know. She
She
really
wants
hates
to know who
Camden.
Camden is so bad. I heard a video, and of course she mentions Camden. You came in here bullying me, girl. Stop it. You're up here talking shit about everybody. She's not bullying you. She's reading you. There's a difference. There's a difference. Camden reads
Oh.
better.
Okay,
What?
Camden's got the tea here. This makes sense. Camden
Okay.
says Jen probably wouldn't have abandoned her kids for Clint. The reason she did was because he was so whacked out of his mind on meth when he arrived. Her girls saw his behavior and told their mom they don't want him in the home. So Alice got him a place
Makes
nearby.
sense.
Oh, girl. And then her ass followed, which is
And he was
sad.
evicted from that place for excessive noise. Yes, you saw the videos, right?
Oh, my God.
From Jen screaming all the time. They had to find a new rental. Yep, I agree. That's crazy. But at the end of the
Wow.
day, Jen can't get upset. These men won't marry her. Bazinga. Bazinga. Bazinga.
Yep.
Hey, what the F, my show lady. Jen is
Yeah,
proud
they
to
don't
be
respect
she's
her.
proud. She is proud. I'm
Mhm.
telling you, she's mad. When Camden was like putting it all out there, she tried to play it off, but she was shook. She was shook. She was shook.
Mhm.
Oh, she was trying to guess who Camden was. Oh, it has to be. And then that's when she outed that there was multiple married men that she was with. I was like,
God.
What the actual? And she's trying to pin it down to who she is, and she had no idea. She had no
It's
idea.
a game. It's a game to her. It's a game. And she is so mad at Camden. And every time she says Camden's name, I'm like, yes, Camden. I'm secretly a cheerleader over here. I'm like, go girl,
I know.
go
All the
girl.
time, I crack up. I'm like, she ain't never gonna find out, and it drives her insane. It drives her insane.
And
it's
Mandy
so
says,
funny.
and plus that CPS report had to do with Clint allegedly smoking with Jen's daughter. Physical custody was taken, right, Camden? Yeah, I heard that. Yep. Yeah, I think she admitted that she had CPS involved and her daughter lived in the house with a guy named Vince, who was not her father.
Hi, Lisa Ann, my sweetie pie.
He's a
What? That's oh my god! Right? I can hear her yelling too. Camden, you bitch!
yeah. Kira, I'm not sure if Roadhog is here or not still. He was
Yeah,
here,
I don't know.
though.
He was. Is kickboxing a game or a sport? A sport, I think. Kickboxing is a sport.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
think so.
boxing. It's
Yeah.
right, but it's a game too. I'll do
Right,
kick you
Mandy?
like kickboxing.
Mandy says I can hear Jen yelling now. Camden! Exactly.
Yes. That's what I said. I can hear her saying, Camden, you bitch.
Yep. Exactly.
Oh my God.
She
She
gets
hasn't-
under her
sorry. Hey,
skin.
focus, camera. My camera just went out of focus. There we go. She hasn't been like this for a year or two. It's gotten worse each year that goes by, that no one does anything. Of course, because you become more emboldened, and the more people enable you and make excuses for you, the worse you get, because you're not held accountable. So you don't have to change your behavior. So of course it gets worse. It happens. It's the same way with kids, right? When kids are little, if you don't check their tantrums and their behaviors, then they become entitled brats, and then they become teenage assholes. Sorry to say it, but they do. Like, you know what I mean? I had a friend that I literally had to stop being friends with her because her daughter was out of control. And I know that kids are kids, right? My youngest was like the same age as her daughter, and she would throw the most embarrassing tantrums on the floor, and she never checked her. And my son was the same age, and I'm telling you, he didn't behave like that. And I never put my hands on my kids, but all I had to do was give them a look, and they knew we ain't doing that in the street. We don't do that. You know what I mean? And of course my kids would act out, but never like tantrums on the floor. They no. And it got so bad as she grew up. We were friends for quite a few years, that there was one time where she wanted her mother's cell phone and she didn't want to give it to her, and she started smacking her and kicking her and like smacking her in the face. And one time we were in Burger King, and she told her mother, I'm gonna call ACS on you. And she would be really into adult conversations, but what broke the camel's back was we were on the subway one day, and there was an elderly lady sitting there, and she kicked the elderly lady in the face. And then she went on to have another daughter, and it was like double trouble. So she kicked the elderly lady in the face, and the elderly lady, of course, got upset. I got upset. I was like, "What? Hey, don't do that." You know, I said her name. Hey, don't do that. And I'm looking at my friend like, discipline her, tell her nothing. So this man that didn't know any of us was sitting across, and he was like, he started flipping, like, what the hell is wrong with you? And she's like, she's a child. He said, yeah, I'm talking to you. I should slap the shit out of you. How do you not discipline your daughter? She just kicked that lady in the face. And I was like, and I'm like apologizing to the elderly lady. I'm like, oh my God, are you okay? I'm so sorry. She's like, why are you apologizing? I'm like, because I don't know what else to do. I am so sorry. Like, and after I was like, I can't no more. Like, I'm not going to get my ass kicked because you don't know how to discipline your daughter. And not only that, you don't even know how to apologize. Your entitled Karenina ass is going to say, oh, well, she's a kid. Like, are you kidding me? It begins with you. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So, and I think that that's what happens. It's you get used to it and you become worse and worse and worse. And I can't deal with people like that. I cannot. I'm sorry.
Right. When your entire life is online, when you miss your child's high school graduation because of some
Yep.
online. You use the excuse of online
Yep.
stuff. Like, what? Like, that should never. I mean, close your damn laptop and go enjoy your daughter. I mean, when my kid, both of them, when they graduated high school, I was in tears. I'm like, my
Thank you.
babies. I couldn't imagine not being there,
Yeah. No, I
especially over
can't
some
either.
internet bullshit. Like,
Yeah,
what?
I can't either.
What?
And like I said, I have guilt, you know, for the times that I missed when I was in my active addiction, but being lucid and being in recovery, not being there for my children, if I had the ability to, you know what I mean? Like
Yes, yes.
I just couldn't. And then when you're online shaming other women for daring to do live streams, and you know, shaming people for becoming grandmas, like if because you're a grandma, you shouldn't be able to come and do a live stream and read a bitch if she's coming at you, and yet you're a mom. It's hypocritical, and she really doesn't even grasp what she's saying out of her mouth. And this thing about always telling women to clean their vajayjays when
I
we've seen your
know.
house, we've seen your mattress, saying that people look dirty, they need to shower and they need to clean their private parts. What?
Adult woman
How
with
old is she?
children sleeps on a damn mattress without
Exactly.
sheets. That's just weird. Weird, and it's kind of
Yeah,
icky.
you're right.
And Camden says,
I
guys,
know.
she's
I
the
know.
reason she didn't. She says the reason she didn't bury her mom is because Jules would seek out her grave and harm it. What in the actual fuck? What?
Yeah, that makes no sense.
That makes no sense. She took that money and probably used it on, in my
Kira,
opinion.
wait, JJ, I'm sorry. Kira, listen to me. I did see last time that you said you were trying to reach your sponsor. I'm not on Twitter, but I am on IG, selfie_queen_Cindy. If you do have any feelings of any of that, you can always reach me on IG. I'm not your sponsor, but I would always listen to you, Kira. Please, if you're having any feelings, any of those
Yes.
things, and you can't reach your sponsor, you can't get to an NA meeting, you can always reach out to me. And I mean that, Kira, please, okay? I meant to say that last time when I did see your comment when you were desperate to be able to reach your sponsor, and I saw it after. So please, you can always reach out to me, Kira. Do not go through this by yourself. If you're feeling anything, if you're feeling anxious, anything, please reach out to me. Sorry, I just had to say that because I did see it, and there's no
Yeah.
way I can let somebody in recovery that's having negative thoughts or anxiety or stress, you know, feel
No,
alone.
and please,
Please.
you know, and probably even, I bet you Cindy would even be a better person or a resource to talk than even a sponsor, because she's just amazing and compassionate
you.
and just a good
you.
person. And I think, you know, she would be an amazing help to you, and she
Thank
would
you.
answer you
I
if
would
you
be
need
I
help.
would be here for you, Kira, any way I can. And I mean that, please. And I know sometimes I have so many DMs,
Mhm.
but I'm getting into my DMs and checking them. But please email me. It's selfiequeencindy at gmail.com. Please reach out to me, because I would be devastated. I would be devastated.
Yeah.
So that's all. Just wanted her to know that. I'm sorry. Yeah, the
No,
mattress
no,
was
that's
broke.
amazing. I'm glad you said that. I didn't even realize it. So, you know, thank God.
Sorry, Megs. No, I'm not attacking you, but she says it as an insult. You're funny. Listen, there's a difference. There's a difference. She's like talking, cursing somebody out, and she's dead ass serious though, Megs. She's dead ass serious. Like she's not even joking or trolling or playing. She's cursing somebody out, and that is her insult for them. That
Yeah.
they're vajayjay. She calls it puss. Is your puss, like she'll come up on a panel and argue with somebody and be like, did you clean your puss? She's dead ass serious about that. And
She's
she
so gross.
sexualizes everything. She sexualizes everything. She makes situations awkward and sexualizes everything. And it's gross. It's gross. Sorry, JJ, what?
Oh, I know. I'm just listening. Yeah, I agree. She does do
gross,
that,
man.
and it is pretty sick.
She does use everybody as an excuse. And I've said this plenty of times. There's no way anyone on the internet is going to stop me from doing anything in my personal life unless they come to my door and barricade me in. That is the only way anybody on the internet can physically stop me from doing anything in my personal life. There's no way. Again, this is me. Say I'm shaming, mom shaming, miss me with the bullshit. There's no way I would miss a graduation of my sons because
Nope.
somebody on the internet. No,
No, hell no.
my mother's deceased as well. My mother passed 2 years ago. There's no way, especially if I received donations to help me bury my mother, that I would not bury my mother because I'm going to blame people that don't like me on the internet. They're going to find out where my mother's buried and desecrate her grave.
How I have to interrupt real quick because this is crazy to me. How has she been able to get away with that? How? Like,
and she got more donations saying she was going to help the homeless this Christmas, JJ. She said she was going to buy them toothbrushes, and people donated to her.
Wow, and she didn't do it. Wow.
Thank you, Brendan. And she didn't do it. And she
Fraud,
didn't do it.
blatantly
And how expensive
fraud.
are toothbrushes, though, JJ? How expensive are toothbrushes that you couldn't even take that money, yet she talked crap about code. She talked crap about code, and code showed that he went and bought toys, and whatever was left over, he gave them a check to the organization. So every dollar he bought toys, and whatever was left over, he gave them in money donations. So he gave both toys and donations to help in all ways.
Didn't
Yet
see
she
what
talked
talk
crap
shit
about it.
too? Didn't see
I
what
don't
talk
know.
shit too?
I don't know. I don't
Like,
watch her.
yeah, the one that, oh my God, oh Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I
These
can't
people
watch her.
collect money and it's
I'll throw my
nothing but a
computer out the
damn
window.
grift. And,
Yeah, I'll throw my shit out the
code,
window if I listen to that. So I can't. And code was authentic and did what he said he was gonna do and help those children. So stop talking about code like that.
He's got pictures of it. He's got evidence. He's got
No, wait,
receipts. He
what?
made sure to show it all. He's got pictures with the Make-A-Wish Foundation.
Yeah.
And here we got somebody that wants to make stockings with toothbrushes in them that she could
I
have gone
agree
to
with
the Dollar Tree and didn't do it.
She could have went to there's places that sell in bulk. JJ, she could have got like 12 or 24 toothbrushes for very, very cheap. You know, she didn't even have to go to the dollar store and get one for $1. They'll sell them in 12 packs. I think even in Dollar Tree, they'll sell like a 12 pack or a 6-pack for $1. There was no excuse not to make little bags when she got donations for that. Wait, and Mandy says, okay, y'all, no shade, but did y'all see the video of Jen at her father's casket in the graveyard? I heard about that, Mandy.
Yep.
I heard about that. And listen, let me tell you something, okay? I share a lot of myself on YouTube, on my channel. I would never exploit my mother's passing.
No, hell no.
I would
Hell
never dramatize, like, go to my mother's urn or my sister, right? My sister was cremated, but her ashes were placed at a cemetery, a family cemetery, in Puerto Rico. I would never, like, let's say when my sister passed away, I did not think to turn on a camera while I was at my sister's casket. And each person grieves differently. I'm trying not to be disrespectful, but in that moment, you think that my priority is getting it for the internet. I need the internet to see me crying at my sister's casket, or it didn't happen, or it's not real. I just think some things are inappropriate. And when you do that, you traumatize and trigger other people. And I think it's very selfish, in my opinion.
Yeah, you're right, Valerie. Jen Bailey gets away with this stuff. No one else would because she refuses to let anyone hold her accountable and goes straight to the shower.
Yes, she deflects into that. She deflects right into that. Yep, into those insults. I agree. I think it was dramatic. Exactly, Melanie Bean. That's exactly what I was saying. I think it was just, it was gross. I'm convinced that she says to clean your puss because she's been told that. I agree. I think that that she projects. She projects things that she feels embarrassed about, like, because everybody's seen her infamous mattress with no
Ugh.
sheets. They've seen the apartment, how she let the trash build up, and I do understand too that depression, sometimes people go into depressions and they hoard, and they do all these things. But also, I don't okay, I know that when I get very sad, I've had those times where I felt very sad or stressed. I wasn't online. You understand? Because if I can't, that's where the disconnect is for me. Because if I'm so depressed that I can't pick up the trash from the floor, then how can I sit online and do a live? I can't.
No,
It doesn't
I
compute
agree.
in my brain. You know what I mean? If I'm so stressed out that I can't do the dishes, like there's like flies in my kitchen because the dishes are that gross, then I shouldn't be able to go live either. I That's just my opinion. Hey
No, I
Putrak, how
agree.
are you? Sweetie? How are you? Good to see you. And that's just me.
Hmm.
People was asking her to remove the video from her page. I don't know if it's still there, not throwing shade, but there are no words. I agree, Mandy, and that's not shade. That's just you being straight up.
No.
That
Yep.
makes no sense. And there are creators that don't care if they trigger their subscribers, their viewers. That's why I've never talked about my trauma, guys.
Hello. See what?
Never. Never talked about my trauma, because I'm not going to come here and traumatize anybody else, because I need you guys to know what I've been through. No, I've been through shit, and so has so many other people. So many people have trauma that they've dealt with in all facets of their lives. I do not need to come here and give graphic details about things. For what? Especially knowing that I could traumatize people that may not have dealt with theirs, may not be at a place
Exactly.
to ever have spoken about it. You know what I mean?
Exactly. And that's
Hey,
what,
Jazlo, how are you, puppy?
and that's what drives me crazy about someone like Siwa. There's probably some people in this chat right now that like Siwa, and I say more
Yes,
power to you. Like, you like
yes,
who you like, and
right.
that
We
ain't
don't
my
care who you
business.
like.
We
Right.
don't care. However,
Yes, I
the
agree,
way I
Valen.
feel it is like, you go in her chat and it doesn't matter. She's going to keep repeating these traumatic things and doesn't seem to care if
Happy
anybody,
New Year,
like,
sweetie.
if a new person comes in and they don't know,
Oh,
exactly what she's all about, and starts talking about this trauma stuff over and over again, it's
I
not
agree,
okay.
Pooch.
It's not. It is trauma bonding, and it's not okay, in my
I
opinion.
agree. And I agree. Putrak says, I believe personal stuff should stay with people you're personal with. I guess that's why it's called personal. I agree.
Yeah,
I agree. But
exactly.
sometimes it's out of your hands. Like, especially when you're a content creator, um, people will try to extort you. I don't know if that's the right word, or um try to, like, say, oh, I'm gonna out this, or behind the scenes tell people things about your life. Those are the only times that I've ever came and spoken about personal issues in my life that involved other people, about my recovery, my life. That's, I can speak about that. But when it involved other people in my personal life, I've only ever spoken about it when people behind the scenes were threatening to out it for me. You're not going to tell my story.
Yes.
You
Yes.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yep.
Amzi is getting her digs in at Jen, of course. I'm glad you're getting better, Drazo. I know it's gonna take
Yeah.
forever.
I can't.
You know
I
what I
can't
mean?
even imagine.
Yeah. And
Mm.
you're still in my prayers, of course, and you're in my thoughts, and I'm glad to see you here. And so thank you for being here. You're in my thoughts for real. Like when she
Yeah,
tells
and
you to
Valerie,
in their
I
house. Yeah,
I
I
as
agree. Sorry.
someone who is a survivor, and is someone who has done plenty of
Yes, she was
therapy
a
for it
beautiful
and
lady.
is okay in my everyday life. For some reason, if I listen to her with that stuff and the
Yeah,
same story, it's kind of like a
yeah,
broken record over and
yeah,
over. I
yeah,
get triggered, and I don't know why. I probably shouldn't. I've done
yeah,
enough therapy that most things don't trigger me when it's talked about.
yeah,
But for some
yeah,
reason, when she does and keeps going into detail over and over again, it is
yeah.
like something that I can't. I just can't listen to
And
it. I
some
can't do
people
it.
do, Valerie, and I think that that's the great thing. And I think that's why it's important to watch people over time and always form your own opinion. Don't let
Uh-huh.
anybody else form your opinion for you.
Right,
We
right.
never do that. We're not trying to form anybody's opinion. But I think that when people, and I've seen like her own subscribers say, can we stop talking about it? It's triggering. And I can tell you that anytime that I've been here, and if one of my subscribers said, Cindy, I think that's too much, I've deaded the conversation out of
Yeah,
respect for them. You know what I
right.
mean? I've had that happen where somebody was like, Cindy, I think that was a bit too far. And I said, okay, I apologize. And I left it alone just for the sake of my subscribers that may have felt that it triggered them in some way. And that's why I say I don't
Mhm.
go into specifics about situations of my trauma because I don't think it's going to do me any good to do that here. This is not therapy. Now, having my YouTube channel is therapeutic, but it is not therapy. So I'm not trying to trauma bond with anybody. I'm not trying to trauma dump on you guys. I share parts of my life, but things like that, like the graphic details of my trauma, are to be spoken to with a counselor, with a therapist who is equipped and able to deal with that, not people on the internet that once I close my laptop or end my live, I may have impacted their day in a negative way that they may not be able to deal with it. You understand? So to me, that's the difference.
Yeah, you're right, Valerie, because it seems like that's what they go for. And if, of course, if you tell your enemy what your weakness is or what's bothering you,
I agree.
that's what they're going to go for. If they are, people who care to go for you
I agree,
on
Mandy.
something like that. I never would. I wouldn't do anything to her
Exactly.
regarding her trauma. I wouldn't say anything about it. The only thing I could say is that I have gone into her stream and I found it extremely triggering, and I can't pinpoint why. I have no idea why. I don't know, because I can listen to other people speak on it, but it seems like maybe it's because when I listen to other people speak on it, they are in the process of healing. So it's done so in somewhat of a positive way, like a positive outcome, and they are doing better and they're showing how they're overcoming. They're not
Yeah.
stuck in this
Yeah.
one spot of a cycle, thinking about it over and over and over again, and then yet think they need no help. And doing it on a public platform can
I
be
agree.
dangerous. That's just my
Yeah.
opinion. Just my opinion.
And I think that this is great what Putrak said. He said it's not for the public to comment on your personal stuff because then it becomes public and open for discussion and criticism.
Yes.
So you can't get mad when someone says something disrespectful. And that is true. And it would be great, not to get mad when somebody says something disrespectful. But it is also unrealistic because we're humans with emotions and we're still going to get pissed when somebody's disrespectful. But I do get that. And I think that that is a great way to think. You put it out there, people are going to use that as ammunition. And I've learned that. JJ's learned that. And that's
Yep.
why I'm very careful now going forward. Any parts of my personal life that I share, I won't be
It's
sharing
hard.
things
It's
that
so
happen.
hard
Yeah.
though, because here's like you're stuck between a rock and a hard place, because if you don't tell people and there is something in your past, they're
Yep.
going to dig it
Yep.
up, drag it out, and make it as if you're a liar because you didn't bring it to the internet.
Okay.
That's the way
Yeah.
it works. And it's
Yes.
unfair. So it's like, what do? Do you put it out there and let people know
I agree, Mandy. Yep.
your story and you telling it, or do you
Right. Or
wait
you
for
let
people
somebody
to
else tell
dig
it.
it up and tell? Yes. And that happens. We see it every day. That happens. If there's
Yeah.
something in your
Good.
past, they're going to find it and dox you with it and tell people that you're a liar for not telling everybody about your personal business. It's
Yep.
sick. The
It's
internet
sick.
can be a sick place. So it really can.
Yes. Yes. And Putrak, I agree. It's so distasteful using family trauma as clickbait.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
we have had that happen
Agree.
to us. I've had people say things as fact that are straight up lies about
Yes.
my life and my body, like dead ass telling things as if they're fact, as if they were there heard it, witnessed it, saw it, with no proof to corroborate it because it's bullcrap, and now it's out there forever. And multiple people, piggybacked on it. The same group of people, they all regurgitated the same lie, and now, regardless whether it's true or not, which it isn't, it's out there as fact, and there's nothing I can do about that. And that used to trigger me and piss me off. And now it's just like I'm at a point where I know I have to pick my battles. You can't fight everything. And that's just what it is. And that is when you are a content creator, that comes with the territory. Sadly, it does.
It does.
You know what I mean? People can put out things, people can put your name in a title and say these crazy things. And what can you do about it? You know what I mean? Nothing really.
No,
So
you
just
can't.
getting a thicker skin.
And it
And
sucks.
you do, I think you call her both, Megs. You say Shay when you're texting and stuff, but I think when we've talked on the phone and stuff, you've said my mom. So I've heard you say both. But I know that in chats you say Shay. I think you
Yeah.
say it easier for people that may not know.
Mm-hmm. All right, but I gotta get off, Cindy. I love you.
Hey,
and I
Alexander
love-
Jacob. Good to see you.
I love everybody here, and this was such a good discussion, and I'm so glad that
It really was.
we
It really
were
was.
able to discuss these things because it is important.
not
It
your mama.
is. And the important
Yeah.
subject should be spoken about. But I got to go.
Yeah, I agree,
Um,
Valerie. Okay,
Call
love
me
you,
or
JJ.
Message me later. I love you too. And
I will,
thank
Mama. I
you,
love you so much.
everybody. So good talking
Yes.
to everybody and seeing y'all. And I
Yeah, it
will
was
see
great.
you probably Friday, right? Friday? Is that
Yes,
mine?
you will Friday. Friday for our
Okay.
Cancel Us Friday stream. Yes.
We got to get
Love you,
canceled on
JJ.
Friday. So love
Yeah.
you too,
I'm
Mama.
about to get
All
off, but
right.
I'm gonna say goodbye. Love you, JJ.
Okay.
I'll see you
Love
later.
you. Bye.
Yeah, so I again, I know if Jen Bailey hears about this, she gonna be big mad, but whatever. I think she knows. Don't come for me because I'm not gonna tell you to go wash your puss. I'm not gonna go there. I'm just gonna tell you, no, you're an idiot. I'm not the one. I'm not the one. I'm not gonna go at that level. She really has no argument with me because I'm not here saying things that are not true. I'm giving my opinion about situations that have been put on the internet. And again, I know that people get mad when stuff is put on the internet. I've been mad about stuff of mine put on the internet, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? It just is what it is. Yeah. So I'm going to say goodnight to you guys because I've been on 2 hours already. I thank you guys for being here with me. I appreciate you guys. I think it was a very important conversation. And again, I was going to be very vague. And the only reason that we finally gave names, because a lot of people were confused. And I'm not a coward. I wasn't vague out of cowardice or being afraid of anybody. I'm just trying to be careful. You know what I mean? Because like I said, videos are coming out. The full story isn't out. And I don't ever want to do any harm to people. I'm really trying to be careful with that. So as always, te quiero, te adoro, everyone. I hope you have a great night. We will be back Friday with our Cancel Me Friday. You know what I mean? So te quiero, te adoro. Si Dios quiere, nos vemos el viernes. God willing, I'll see you guys Friday. Have a great night. And bye, guys. Love you.